Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to VTM Shadows of New York. And in the last episode, guys, we ran into a lot of the power players here in NYC. We discovered that Julia is kind of in a begrudging mentor-student relationship with the sheriff of the city, Kadir. We also encountered Aisling Sturbridge, the regent of Clan Tremere, Prince Panhard, Thomas Arturo, who you may remember from the last game, and some others as well. Now we are here at the church. We're trying to talk to Father Leonard, but we ran afoul of Benoit, the faith-obsessed toreador from the last game. And it looks like our stalling and having a conversation with Benoit has worked, so... Stalling for time worked. Father Leonard rushes in our direction, carrying a folder of documents under his arm. I assume it's the one I came here for. Father Leonard?
Christ be praised, Julia. Yesterday I was told this is how priests greet their parishioners in Eastern Europe.
Forever and ever. Amen. Actually, I think we said each other's lines. Never mind. Another long night? Isn't it taking a toll on you?
No need to worry. These days I sleep a few hours a day. Short naps take care of the rest. There's always work to be done. I apologize for being late. At least I managed to get here before you and Benoit went for each other's throats. Good. I was getting worried. Oh, who do you take me for, Father? He takes you for a total bozo who's about as effective at converting people as a documentary about pedophilia in the Catholic Church. He's just too kind to say it out loud. Ouch. You hear what I have to deal with, Father? But don't worry. We'll make a saint of her yet. Forget saint. For now I'd settle for an adult in the room.
And that's what you're for. Isn't that what you're here for?
I've been patient with that role, but by now you kids should be moving out. Not leaving crayon marks on the walls and throwing food around anytime Daddy's not looking. So let's just focus on our grown-up duty, shall we, Julia? Here. He gives me a folder he was carrying with him, and I pass him the reports I wrote earlier tonight. Among kindred, it's common knowledge that the Catholic Church is one of the La Sombra's greatest assets. Hell, it might even be one of the main reasons the Camarilla is slowly warming up to the clan. We are technologically impaired, and as such, woefully unprepared to face the challenges of communicating in the 21st century. Hard to handle advanced encryption when you can't even unlock a smartphone. This is where the Vatican connections enter the picture. A web of priests scattered all around the world exchange our dispatches between each other, making sure they all reach their destinations in total secrecy. I was told not everyone in the Holy See is friendly to our kind, but the most shrewd and talented usually are. You could say they're like a mortal Camarilla, better than any intelligence agency. Remember what happened to John Paul I when he attempted to uncover the workings of the Institute for the Works of Religion? Death after 33 days of papacy, rumors of CIA and Masonic involvement. Not that Father Leonard has anything to do with any of this. For a Catholic priest, he's alright. He probably made me stay a believer a few years longer than I did, had I known him as a teenager. Leonard is intelligent, kind, helpful toward his parishioners, treats his superiors with a healthy dose of skepticism, and is not involved in any sort of political church games. Well, at least not beyond helping me contact my bosses in Chicago every night or so. He knows about the kindred, and he knows about the Second Inquisition. He opted to avoid the latter in order to keep the former from oppression because, according to him, it's the right thing to do. I know there's got to be something wrong with him. Some selfish motivation, maybe. I haven't nailed it down yet, but it doesn't feel like he's making an effort to hide it, so I'm giving him a pass. By the way, I hope you don't mind. I finally took the liberty of asking how your parents are doing. Thank you, Father, but you shouldn't have. Not a problem. A priest at St. Stanislaus Koska is a good friend. He says your parents started showing up every Sunday again. Front rows. Your father is looking better and better. It makes me feel nothing, but I still give him a token nod and a grateful smile. Thank you, Father Leonard. Now, if you excuse me, the sunrise is almost here. Yes, be careful, and God bless you. Amen. Goodbye, Julia. I'll let you off the hook this time, but next time you won't be so lucky, alright? Sure. Just one more thing on my never-ending list of events I'm not looking forward to. Guess it's time to call it a night. And I'm home. Oh, okay. So we saw her in the club earlier. Oh, finally. You doing alright? Fine, I guess. Why aren't you asleep? I figured it's finally time for me to become more of a night owl. We've talked about making our schedule sync better. Watch your vitamin D. I'd kill to have your skin. Be ashamed to waste it. Shouldn't have smoked so much before you got bitten, sweetheart. Should have shared your skincare routine with me back when I was still breathing. Well, I can't just be going around sharing my one secret weapon. It's top secret stuff. MK Ultra level. Jeffrey Epstein's current whereabouts level. I'd have to kill you if I told you. Love you too, hon. Oh, come on. What's with the attitude? Nothing, we're beyond hiding secrets from each other. I guess I was wrong, but okay, I get it. I really do. Oh, time out. You're not really mad, are you? Nah, it's just my inner asshole teasing you. Never mind, I just feel a little more self-conscious than usual tonight. Don't. You want me to do your makeup before you go to sleep? No need. No need? Weren't you supposed to have some sort of big party tomorrow night? I was involved in the backstage stuff. What makes you think I was invited? Because you're the coolest, cutest, and most all-around amazing person I know? It'd be insane not to put you on the short list. Believe it or not, but most vampires are pretty insane. Interdimensional psychic vampire level insane? Because that's how crazy they'd have to be to ignore you like this. Yeah, I'd say so. Well, fuck them then. Bunch of posh dicks. They hate you because they ain't you. But they'll see. Jesus. How do you do it? Do what? You always assault me with so much of this weird, stupid positivity that I can't react to it without completely shifting my mental attitude. Like, how? How do you do it? Oh, the answer's easy. Remember how I told you we have this spiritual connection? I can sense what you feel and want. You can sense what I feel too, if you really focus. Yeah, I think I called it a big load of bullshit. Said a girl who talks to ghosts. But watch this, Agent Scully. I sensed you feeling down and I realized what you really need to end this night. She points to one of her drawers. It's the one where she keeps her supply of... ketamine? Come on. What? No, wrong drawer. We're not meeting demons. We're meeting angels. MDMA? Ding, ding, ding. Took it half an hour ago. Perfect timing thanks to our spiritual connection. Ready to fly away? The mood isn't right. I need music. I got a special SoundCloud playlist ready to go, prepared specifically to uplift one Julia Sawinski. Just give me a sign and I'll press play. Jesus, you're impossible. That's why you love me. I hope. I give up. Come here. Let me have a taste of you. Things to do in New York City when you're dead. Maybe this time, the high won't end. So they have like this schedule, I guess, is when a human takes drugs and then the kindred drinks the blood, they get the effect of whatever drug that they were imbibing. Okay, nowhere to go. Let's head into night 4. By the way, if my voice sounds weirder than usual during any of this, I've been fighting off a throat infection, but I really want to get these episodes out to you guys, so just bear with me if you can. I leave Dakota's apartment as soon as the sun goes down. Yesterday was fun, but I always feel a little nervous when I spend too much time with her. She never lets me escape from being the center of attention. It's exhausting. At least the less time I spend with her, the happier she is to see me again. It's a tricky act to balance, though. I'm grateful for her presence in my life, but never mind. What's on my list of chores tonight? Ah, yes, only one thing. Don't show up for the party at the art hole. Well, this is the rare night when I don't have anything to do. Might as well take a trip around the city and see what's up. Maybe fix myself a little drink while I'm at it. Okay, so we got 2 options here. Breaking the habit. I need to break out of this mood. Go somewhere I never visit. See something I tend to avoid. Think, Julia. What's the least you place to go and live a little? Looks like she's heading to the docks. A walk in the park. In life, I wasn't especially fond of parks. Now, as one of the kindred, I can finally see the appeal. Past midnight, they become a surprisingly good hunting ground. Ooh, so which to do? Well, I think a walk in the park would probably be best. The unknown tends to not work well for kindred. I mean, we are heading up into Gangrel territory by going into the parks, but we'll see what happens. Van Cortlandt Park. Funny, I never knew how much I could miss nature until I got stuck in this urban jungle for good. The sight of familiar green surroundings slowly floods my mind with disjointed images, back from when I just moved to NYC and was still in awe of it. Reminisce or suppress memories? Let's reminisce. I close my eyes, allowing myself to drown in the stream of memories. An elderly couple holding their frail hands in the warmth of the morning sun. An evening gathering of self-important academics, fervently discussing the discoveries no one but them cares about. A bunch of kids chasing an imaginary treasure, joyful, restless, and oblivious to the dangers of the summer's heatwave. A young, perfectly chiseled jogger, running along the golf course, 100% grateful in every move he makes. Mesmerizing. My eyes snap open, and the spinning kaleidoscope of images fades away. I collect my focus and remember what brought me here. Burning heat reaches my fingers. I flicker the butt away and immediately take another cigarette out of the pack before proceeding through the parade ground. The faint sound of shoes tapping against the concrete interrupts my contemplative mood. Just what I was hoping for. I hurriedly finish my smoke and take a step back, blending in with the shadows. A lonely jogger runs into and out of the pale lamplight, completely lost in his thoughts. All dressed up in top-shelf sportswear, wiry muscles clearly visible under the skin-tight outfit. And his exposed neck. I get the urge back under control for now. Back when I was alive, I'd rely on the breathe in, breathe out exercise. However, nowadays, breathing costs a premium. Just as I regain my composure, the jogger stops by the flickering lantern and takes a glance at his smartphone. His body tenses noticeably as he answers a call. Moving in on him right now would, of course, inevitably involve the caller hearing the assault happen. No reason to make things complicated. I'll take my time. I cautiously get closer and closer, until I can finally overhear his words. I should expect the bad news, I know, but Jesus, Tasha, he's 9. He struggles and fails to sound calm. No, she doesn't know yet. I'll tell her when I get home. I need to think this through. I notice a lanyard half stuck into a pocket with the Bronx Times logo slapped on it. They say there's no cure. Yeah, I heard something about experimental treatments in Rochester, but I can't make this decision on my own. I connect the dots, realize what he's talking about, and feel like I was punched straight in the guts. Listen, I need to clear my head. Tell Jonah I need a couple of days off. If he starts throwing a fit again, tell him he'd better learn to write the fucking column on his own. No, seriously. Thanks, Tasha. Yeah, I'll give him a cat kiss from his auntie. The moment he hangs up, his composure goes out the window. He basically stumbles to the nearest bench. God damn it. Sorry, need a drink of water there. His faint sobbing stops me in my tracks. I lose my appetite. Feeding on this guy would feel nauseating anyway. Just when I convince myself that I should let basic decency take the reins, he notices me creeping around. He gives me a startled glance, eyes damp, looking absolutely miserable. Busted. So, what do you say to a guy you were just about to assault in a dark park but thought better of it? I don't want to give him the hint that we were listening in on his conversation. I'm lost. Can you help? Suddenly, the prospect of engaging him paralyzes me. I spew the first thing that crossed my mind. I think I'm lost. I've been wandering for like an hour, but can't find my way back to the, golf house? Spoken like a true damsel in distress. Fuck's sake. The man looks at me with suspicion. His eyes are still watery. You got lost in Van Cortlandt alone? In the middle of the night? And sober at that? Yeah, I had to clear my mind. My friends told me that a midnight walk across Van Cortlandt Park can be quite cathartic. Friends. Sure. He picks up on that. Well, some friends you have. You sure they weren't trying to pull a prank on you? Let me bring up a map. He shows me his phone. I barely catch a glimpse of a smiling boy's face on the lock screen before it starts glitching out. What the? Oh, fuck. The picture got me leaning in too close. It was fine a minute ago. Just my luck. The jogger wrestles with his phone for a while. Oblivious to what, or who to be precise, caused the failure. He gives out a resigned sigh. Whatever. We don't really need it. Follow this path, and keep going straight at the edge of the field there. Turn left the first chance you get, then left again, and past the fountain. Sounds easy enough. Thanks. He pockets the temporarily useless phone and gets up from the bench. Don't mention it. I notice a change in his melancholic face. He stands up with his back straight, like he's regained some of his lost resolve. He nods and starts running straight back to his problems. I start walking in the opposite direction. Even though I may regret this show of abstinence later, what little remains of my humanity inside my shriveled heart encourages me to think that letting this guy go was the right thing to do. I'll need a change of scenery to break out of this mood. An opportunity to actually get some juice into my veins. Relatively guilt-free, if possible. Guess that's enough human interaction for one night. Once more to Big Beat Burger. Into the last fast food joint I'll ever know. I'll have the usual. The first time I used this line, I wasn't sure it would work, but I've gained enough notoriety among the staff that it does. The cashier just smiles, nods, and charges me for 1 black coffee. I can imagine them instructing the newbies. Hey, see that emo weirdo? Here's how it is. She always orders a single cup of coffee, nothing else, and she doesn't even drink it. Probably wouldn't take a single sip even if I was still alive. This stuff is just trash. But at least being a buying customer gives me an excuse to sit here for as long as I want to. I wish I could use one of those self-order kiosks to minimize human contact, but touchscreens don't exactly like me. Not too long ago, I managed to blue screen 10 of them in a row. Oh well, the good news is it doesn't look like I have anything to do tonight. The bad news is it's because every kindred who matters is having fun at the art hole right now. It's not like I wanted to go, I just wanted them to invite me so that I could tell them to fuck off. I scan the entrance to the restaurant through my peripheral vision. Am I naively hoping someone will come and save me from misery? Guess I am. Please, please, please let somebody come and get me out of here. A prince? A princess? A knight in shining armor? A fairy godmother? A passing huntsman? Big Bad Wolf? Mila Jovovich? Vin Diesel? Aziella Banks? I've heard that before, but I can't replicate it. Hell, I'll take anyone at this point. Visualizing. Tapping into the power of my subconscious. Materializing my dreams. Nope. Doesn't work. Looks like you're eternally stuck being a nobody in the corner of a shitty restaurant, sweet little Julia. Unlife's a bitch and then you don't even die. I pretend to read a book about psychoanalysis I stole from Dakota for a while. Having found it too mentally taxing, I switched to pretending to read a Stephen King book, which I also stole from Dakota. After the terrifying realization that it was written in the last 15 years and therefore contains no amusing, drugged-out rants about troubled childhood in Maine, I switched back to looking at the entrance. The party must be so stuffy and trashy and boring. At this point, I'm no longer looking for salvation. I'm asking for amusement. But it doesn't come. All I get is boring bozos and normcore clothes. They walk in, take care of their business without doing anything to amuse me, and walk out. A few minutes after I lose all hope, a tall, elegant man marches in with a spring in his step. He looks around, impatient, irritated. Then he notices the person he was looking for and reacts with visible relief. He gallantly approaches my table, looks at me, and says, "There you are." Now that's curious. He shouldn't be here. Big Bad Wolf? Careful, everyone. Big Bad Wolf is here. He'll huff and he'll puff and he'll blow our house in. Why are you stalking me, Wolf? I'll have you know I'm not falling for the grandma disguise ever again. My dumb attempt at self-amusement doesn't faze him at all. He doesn't even roll his eyes, he just stares at me blankly. Grab your stuff and get in my car. Now. His tone leaves no room for doubt. Something bad has happened. I want to ask what, but whenever he's in his I will simply ignore all the dumb shit you say mode, I know better than to ask questions. Instead, I silently follow him to the exit, and he guides me to his car. I just hope I haven't messed anything up. Again, I don't think I have, but have I? Kadir's car. As usual, he gave me the back seat. He's always uneasy when the passenger seat is taken. Doesn't want anyone to limit his peripheral vision, he says. Normally I'd catch him observing me in the rearview mirror, but this time, he's watching the streets. More tense than usual. Something must have caught him off guard. Okay, I've got my seatbelt on and my popcorn ready. What's up? The awkward silence feels like it will last forever. Eventually, he finds the right words and speaks up.
6 weeks ago, the prince told me to parley with the anarchs in the docks. Remember?
Yeah, and you made me tag along so I could learn something about politics. As it turned out, politics meant something awfully similar to watching my drunken family shout at each other at a wedding party.
There was this man who didn't need to shout to make my blood boil. The meanest one in the room, their leader. White hair, a monocle, musty clothes.
Oh, I remember this. Boss Callahan. Was this... Oh, it's him again. With this fucking Polak cunt. Scrooge McDuck, yeah. How could I forget? A lot of panache, old-timey bravado, and gendered insults flung my way. What was his name? Something British. Made me think of Hollywood. Callahan?
Baron Callahan. Douglas Boss Callahan.
Right. It's 2020, but the man's opinions and ideas were stuck in 1920. Weren't the anarchs supposed to be the progressive option? I never understood why they put up with him.
He has his ways of predicting which way the wind will blow. Anytime Camarilla or the SI hit the anarchs, it was the factions opposed to him that were hunt. The luckiest bastard in the world.
Thought you didn't believe in luck.
I don't, but it sure looks like his luck has finally run out tonight.
Huh. Wait, don't tell me... He's dead? Like, deader than dead?
I'm 99% sure the bastard met his final death.
How do you know?
We've got trustworthy sources in the anarch inner circles. Looks like all hell is about to break loose. There's an emergency meeting at the art hole.
Jesus. And you're bringing me with you? Why?
Because you were on the way. Because I could. Because I should. You might not be important to the members of the court, but you're still an asset to the sect. Symbolically, at least. I can justify sneaking you into the party claiming it's for your own protection.
An unexpected alliance between Big Bad Wolf and poor Little Red Riding Hood. Wait a minute, though. The party, it's still happening?
I called the prince. Told her the best course of action is stopping it and starting listing security protocols I've prepared for these sorts of situations. She interrupted me halfway through and told me we'll discuss the subject face to face.
Doesn't sound like she was interested. The party is that important?
Politics. Politics is that important.
I don't know if he's trying to convince me or himself. And once again, politics sound an awful lot like a bunch of party-loving assholes shouting at each other.
Don't worry. This is the kind of... how should I call it? Governing issue the likes of you and I tend to deal with.
And how would you describe the governing issues we tend to deal with?
Shoveling ourselves out of shit.
As usual, he seems a little embarrassed for cussing. Or for being too honest. Either way, it's cute. No argument here. And that's where the conversation ends. We stay silent as the car rides off toward the unknown.
I'm not a New York City baron. The Baron of New York City, if you please.
Once more, a memory of an old douchebag who thought he could rule the world crosses my mind. Well, Looks like the world has left him behind. Sayonara, asshole. And we are back here at the art hole, guys. So Boss Callahan may be dead. Now, he was part at the end of Coteries of New York. He played kind of a significant role in everything, but I'm curious how the power balance in New York is going to change with his alleged passing, provided he passed at all. So I guess we will see what happens here in the art hole at the beginning of the next episode, guys. Once again, I apologize if my voice seems off, but I've been dealing with a throat infection the last few days, and I know you guys really like this series, so I'm just trying to push through it, so apologize for any, croakiness or anything like that along the way. Hopefully I'll be fine before the next episode. But if you guys liked it, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And I'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.